My guest today on the podcast, I did talk to at the Gamers Assembly, and that interview ended up being the most popular ever done at an event. So why not do a podcast where we can talk more with her and know more about her story in Trackmania? But first and foremost, Baghera, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to the podcast.
Yeah,
Glad to do it.
of course, when people demand it, and I like to do the interview in the Gamers Assembly, then of course, why not interview on the podcast as well?
Yeah, let's go.
But for people that might not know really about who you are, can you give some sort of introduction about yourself? What do we need to know about you?
Well, I'm a Swiss streamer, not a French streamer, and I stream principally Trackmania for it's been a year now since I began, and I don't know. it's it wasn't my main game at first, but I discovered it because of the stream, and now I love it. So I play principally Trackmania.
But
Yeah,
so let's get one thing straight here, because I think most people, and I for a long time also thought you were a French streamer and a French person, but you are from Switzerland. But why do people recognize you as a French streamer? Because you speak French, right?
yeah. I speak French, and Switzerland is a country with four language, and my language is French. So people always think I'm French. Yeah.
So,
And
so what's
I move out from Switzerland to France on February, so it's now I'm a bit French.
but what's the deal with Switzerland having four languages? Is there some sort of story to it, or is it just random that some parts of Switzerland speak differently?
I don't know. I think no, I don't know. It's like you speak the language from the country you're near. Like I'm near France, so I speak French, and the part who's near Germany speaks German, and same with Italy. And we have a dead language, but it's official is Romanche, and it's weird.
Huh.
But I
So
don't
it's
know really why.
but is there an official Swiss language, or is it? Can you understand other Swiss people
Official,
from?
it's the four. The four. It's
Okay,
like
okay.
German, French, Italian, and Romanche.
So you can understand people from, let's say, the German part of Switzerland if you want to.
I have learned because we learned at really early German, but I was really bad at it, so I can understand, but speak is really hard for me.
Okay, okay. Yeah, let's get into the Trackmania part of this podcast. And can you tell us, you're pretty new to Trackmania, but what kind of streams did you discover the game with, and how was your way into Trackmania?
Well, I was with on a little community of streamers, and we were thinking about a game that we could play with our communities together. So we
Hmm.
thought about because you can be a lot, and I was like, I have to try first the game. So I installed it and try it. And it was just the night before the ZrT Cup announcement. So it was like really weird the timing, but so when I played the game, it was like the maps arrived, the ZRT maps, and like there were, because of the hype of the event, there was much people, and I was at this moment. It's been a month since I was streaming, so I was three people and then 30, and I was okay. So I continue, and I really appreciate the game really quickly. And people of the game came to me really early and show me RPG everything, and I was like, okay, it's my game, it's my game, it's my life.
But your first
Mhm.
type of maps then was Zerator maps, or
Yeah, and it was pathfinding was taken too.
oh, oh.
Yeah, it
Not the
was the
easiest
first one.
map.
No, and I spent like a week on the same platform, the same CP for a week, and
For
people
real.
were there, and I was like, it was 5 seconds. I was 1 week. So yeah, patience is my thing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if you survive playing Zerator maps for the first time, I believe that you can handle all maps in Trackmania.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but it's great this year.
Yeah.
I'm playing the maps, and it's so easy because because like last year it was the nightmare.
Yeah, for people like yourself who play both of the types of maps, I don't play the maps, but can you tell us how are the maps this year compared to last year when you played it for the first time?
I prefer the map this year because I think for casual player, it's easier to finish them. There are not there are less tricky parts, but if you want to hunt the map, it's gonna be hard for the player to be close and to be the first one on the map. Yeah.
But have you used 1 week to finish a map this time, or is it easier now to
No,
finish the maps?
the trial one, like there was a new
Yeah.
trial one. I spent the first time 18 minutes. I was like, okay, it's. I have learned so much in 1 year.
But let's
Yeah,
then talk about Zerator Cup. This year it's two versus two instead of a solo mode. Who is
yeah,
your partner, and are you gonna try to compete in the Zerator Cup?
yeah. I'm trying. I'm with Zed. Zed is his nickname. He's a YouTuber and he streamed too. It's like the first friend I made on the game when I began Trackmania, and so it's a bit emotional to be with him, and it's great because I think he's a little bit better than me, but he's not the best player, and but he wants to try hard and to be good, to be the best he can on the competition like I do. So yeah,
But
it's a great mate.
but do you have any goals going into this event, or is it just to play it and then see eventually where you find yourself finishing?
It's like in every competition I do, my goal is to be the best I can personally, because I hate to be disappointed of what I did. I know I won't be far in the competition and everything because I can't. It's not my level. People are really good, but for me, I have to be okay. I can be good on that map with this time, and I have to be because I will be disappointed of me. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's a personal challenge there.
But this is also, like you said, you play with a teammate now. Does that motivate you more than playing alone? Since now you cannot like take it easy because then you let your teammate down. Maybe now you have to
Yeah,
train more so he don't get disappointed. Or
yeah, and he's motivated, so I don't want to be the weight. So I'm like, okay, 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 I have to be better. But it's really great. So it helps to improve because you're like, it's not just me, it's both of us. Let's go.
hmm. And how
Yeah,
do you then? I believe there's more maps this year than it's ever been before. Do you have some
20,
maps?
I think.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
do you then split it up between you two? Like you have your type of maps and he has his specialties, or do you pick that you both are good on some sort of maps? How do you deal with it? Some sort of tactical approach?
Well, we are just playing, and when we play together, we try to be on the same points, like he and everything. We try to motivate ourselves like that. But no, we just play the maps, and we know we won't be on the scene, so we just need to try to be the better we can on every maps.
Yeah. Yeah, this cup, I believe it's like 50,000 different people that has tried out these radar maps now.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's
do,
so much.
you understand more than I do about this since it's in French mostly. Can you tell us how does the community around Zerator react to this? Is it special just because it's Trackmania, or how do the
It's
overall
because of
people?
it's Zerator.
Yeah.
Zerator is like the no, it's not the number one. It's the number one independent streamer in France. So there's the hype and the fame and everything, and he's really he give passion on what he does. So you want to play. He's like he's mapping, and he's like, okay, I'm happy of what I have done and everything, and you're like, okay, I want to try it, and you have to be part of these things because it's a big thing for video games in France, and like every event Zerator made. So yeah, I think it's just everybody wants to be a part of it, and you can because you can just play the maps and put your time and everything.
Hmm. But do you think that, let's say that you weren't a streamer, you didn't stream them the training, would you say that you will still test out the maps and spend as much time on training the maps, or do you benefit
Mm,
so much from being a streamer that You know that people are
Yeah.
going to watch this Zerator training.
I think I wouldn't spend so much time because you feel the hype more when you stream because you
Yeah.
can speak with people like it's my time, what have you done, we will see each other at the event and everything. So you're like it's the ZrT month before the cup is like a big wave of hype and motivation. And I think yeah, when I see my other streamer friends, I see we are like we have so much hours of stream in this month because it's like it's excitement.
Yeah.
You're not pushing it like, oh, I have to stream because it's the moment. It's like I know there will be new people and they will want to know a new thing about the game to discover it and everything. And you can I'm always like when there is a new person who's like, I don't know the game, what do you like about it? I'm like, okay, you have to try RPG, you have to try. So you take the opportunity to yeah to for them to discover what you like on the game.
I believe that 2 days ago, some site posted that TrackMania 2 Stadium was the second most growing game on Twitch simply because of Zerator. But you,
Okay.
as a streamer yourself, do you feel that the numbers are going up? How much
Yeah,
do you like average have before the Zerator Cup, and how much do you have nowadays?
it's complicated because I was at the Zealand before. It was another big event made by Zerator, and it was just the weekend before the announcement of the cup. So I know there was a hype with that too, but like yeah, it's a big increase. I think like 16. I was 69. Yeah, 69 average viewer, and now I'm like 160 average
Oh,
viewer.
really?
Yeah. There's a lot.
That's a lot of,
I was
yeah.
just streaming before we were 200. So
Huh.
yeah. Mm.
But if you said that you don't see yourself going to Strasbourg and playing on the stage at least, but do you have any favorites yourself, some sort of team that you think those are definitely going to Strasbourg and will play on the stage?
It's complicated this year because like it changed everything, the duo, the
Yeah.
mates. But and right now when you start to know the players, you have like your friends and you want them to go to the stage. So I really like to see Coco and Badlulu because
Hmm.
I'm really curious about this team and how they will function the two each other together. But yeah, and my one of my best friends is Wingo Bear, so I want him to be on the stage. I know it's gonna be hard, but with Gwen, I think they are like a good team.
Yeah.
They choose well we'll see Carlen Brand and but I'm really excited to see international player too because I think they are more hype also also
Yeah. Also,
yeah
yeah.
yeah on international players and I see like Massa training hard to Kappa and everything so I'm really curious. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just want a good show, and we will have one
Yeah.
because
That's for sure.
the player are so good, and the when you see new duo, you're okay. It's gonna be nice. So yeah,
Yeah, I think you're saying something that's correct there. That the international players this year, I feel like they are more embracing the show rather than to say that, oh, this is not tech, this is not the what
yeah,
the Trackmania should be about. But now they say, okay, let's just deal with it. It's the Radio Cup. We know what it's about, and it's popular. And now everybody's no lifing. It's probably most no
yeah.
life event in Trackmania.
Mm. And maybe the GL helped for that because it wasn't tech and like maybe it's like okay, it's a year we try another thing more.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm really happy that international players are coming in force because it's what we want. The best show with the best players.
Yeah. But you're not seeing yourself playing on the stage. But are you going to the show? Have you
Yeah,
buy your ticket already?
yeah, I'm going. I have my tickets. I went last year and 2 years ago. So when you go to these events, even if you don't like the maps and everything, when you are in the the room, the yeah,
The arena,
stage, yeah, the arena with all the people, with the it's so amazing. You go back every time you
yeah.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a bucket list in Trackmania that once in your sort of Trackmania career in your life, you have to attend this Radio Cup. And that's why I attend this year. I
You are
put a lot
coming?
of, yeah, of course.
Oh, so
I want
nice.
to
Okay,
experience
nice.
it. I want to
I'm
give some
happy.
sort of English content out there, interview players and such. But
Yeah.
if I not was like this interviewer, I would still go just to experience the show because it looks crazy, right?
Yeah, it's always that what I say to people who are hesitating, and if you can come, because there is a show. The show is huge, but you also meet everyone, and not just the player or not just the streamer or everything. It's like player, streamer, viewer. It's like a big mix, and it's for one show, so everyone are there for the 4 hours in the place. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful to see it and to
Hmm.
participate with it.
So what's the best part then? Is it to watch the show or is it to meet people? Because normally at like say Gamers Assembly, I feel like more people go there simply because they know that a lot of
Yeah.
other people are going. But Radio Cup, maybe you go there simply because it's so big, it's such a show, right? Or
Well, when I went 2 years ago, I wasn't streaming. I wasn't even playing the game. I didn't know the game, and I just watched the mapping and went to the show because it was near my place. And I was like, I don't know the game, but I spent the 4 best hours of my life.
hmm,
And I went. I was like very late. I went on the the show. It started. It finished, and I came home. I didn't see anyone because I didn't know anyone,
yeah.
and it was just epic. It was just great. So I think it's great to meet everyone, but the show really, really is great too. I
Hmm.
like it. I have a lot of friends who hate the principle of the ZrT, and I understand it why, but I like everybody has like stars in the eyes at this moment, and it's great. I hate that.
Yeah, I really look forward to it. But let's move over to maybe what you play the most and use the most time on in Trackmania. It's RPG, like you said. If people
Yeah.
ask what's best about Trackmania, you say RPG. But why do you find yourself loving this style so much compared to
I
other
don't
styles?
know. I don't know why. No, it's hard because I don't really know why. And I started with RPG just after the Darchi, and I didn't try other thing for a long time. And when I try, I'm okay. It's nice. I like doing full speed, and tech is really hard on me, but I like when, yeah, okay. But RPG is, I don't know. You can be chill. You can be hunting a map. You can be discovering. You're lost. There is pathfinding. Everything. I think it's really diverse. It's a big diversity for an only map,
Hmm,
and it's what I like. Yeah. Yeah, when you it's long maps, and when you start hunting them, it's really focusing for a big time. Yeah, I don't know. I really like RPG for that, but it's sad. I don't know why I'm so passionate about it.
I feel like Trackmania overall is a game of perfection, at least in tech and other competitions. You try to get the best time possible. But RPG, I feel like it's a style that you can almost just finish a map and be happy
Yeah,
that you even finished the map, right?
for some, yeah. There was long when you are 12 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and it's like because there is this dimension of pathfinding. You don't have that in other maps, so it's like a big other yeah, it's like the only thing style I think who has this you have to find your way.
Yeah.
You can be slow. You can just jump in holes and hope it's the best way, and no, it's not. And yeah, I think and for the stream it's perfect
Yeah.
because discovering with people, I'm like looking for the pass, and people are trying to, and they can laugh at me because I don't see the CP who is just in front of me. But and when I have finished it, is happy. There are all been 6 hours in the let's go, and when we finally do it, yeah, and I can speak with people because it's slow,
Mm.
and take time. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I go focus for an hour, but all the time it's chill speaking with everyone, and it's what I prefer to do to about the stream. It's the
Mm.
community and the chat. So yeah, it I can do that with RPG.
But do you also feel that if you take the competition part of RPG, that maybe that part of Trackmania is even the most underrated part because there
Yeah.
are players like Brand, Bad Lulu, who are really good at it, but now maybe have to move to tech and other styles because there is not much competition in RPG.
Yeah, and I think it's just because people misunderstand what is RPG. Because lots of viewer I see when they say there is no RPG competition, there yeah, because it's not nice to look at it and to watch it, and it's totally wrong because we have all remembers of really close fight in a map of 8 minutes, and it's huge
Yeah,
to see it, and it's just like yeah, there is few people, the maps are hard, and take time to maps, and always like when there are new things on the game, RPG maps are broken, and so yeah, it's maybe a bit exhausting for the mappers and for the competition. So yeah, but and I don't know, but I think it's maybe not true, but I think it's more at an international player and not French player in RPG. So for competition offline, it's more complicated to go in one place, and
yeah.
I don't know, I don't know, but I'd like to. I'm I have in project to do a little cup. I do sometimes little cup with viewers, but I'd like to do some on RPG, just to open mind and for people to discover it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we at the Games Assembly interview, we spoke about maybe a potential RPG offline event. But do you think that
Uh,
that will happen like this year or maybe next year, or is it
I
not
don't
possible?
I don't think it will happen this year because there were projects and it wasn't possible. But the idea is planted in the minds now, maybe because it was a project for this year,
Mm.
and I don't know. I'm not sure about the information, but I think maybe if we have the same motivation next year, it's possible that there will be. I hope so, and if I have a voice, I push on this way. But yeah, but
But
I really don't. Also.
since you are not able to play RPG at offline events, you have played other offline events, at least two offline events in just Trackmania in
Yeah,
2019, Catalan and Games Assembly, and then also Celan, where also Trackmania was a part of it.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Was this your first offline events, or have you played before, like in 2018 at
Yeah,
offline?
I haven't played in 2018, but I have cast two tournaments.
Okay.
Like it was the amateur part of the event. It was the GC giant and
Yep.
the ETC, and it was really yeah. It was stressful, but it was a great experience. It's why this year when there were event, I was like I want to discover it as a player, and it's like my whole stream is about one thing, is like even if you're bad at the game, even if there is like so good player, we can participate a bit at competition, and it's not a shame to start the game. It's not a shame like it's been just only 1 year. So I'm always motivating my viewers to like the weekly on the Sunday we were like, okay, we go together and we play together, and we will be last together,
Yeah.
so it's like for me it's really important to say, even if you're bad at it, you will be last. It's normal, but you can have the pleasure to participate. You can subscribe and go to an event, so let's go.
Mm.
And it was a yeah, it's hard because you go for being crushed by everyone, but you participate, and I think we need new players, and sometimes it's scary to be one.
Yeah. Someone
So
has to finish last, right?
yeah,
It's normally
I'll
you.
take the rule. It's okay. But if it helps one person like who hesitates to go, then let's go. I'm happy
Yeah.
to be the last one.
Hmm. And now you had some time to think about the La Catalana and Games Assembly. How would you summarize attending to those events? Is it like you like to play Canyon more, or do you prefer playing Tech now more at offline events? How would you summarize it?
Well, I told you on the interview because I was on Kenyan because I didn't want to steal a place to someone who was better than me because of the show and but yeah, I won't play Kenyan anymore, I think, because it's not my game. I never played it when everybody played it and knew each other. I'm like just I don't know anyone on the game, you know, just S the best, but yeah. And but I think tech events I would go as a player again. Yeah,
Hmm.
because I like to be a player, and if you have your computer on the place, you can play game after like
Yeah,
RPG games
yeah.
when you're out. And yeah, I don't like to go to an event if I have nothing to do. I won't go
Hmm.
just to meet people because I want to participate always. I think it's better. It pushes you. It's like you out of your comfort zone, but it's great. So I think I want to have a role when I go somewhere. So I'll continue to be a player if the role is a player, you know.
Hmm. But now you have played for 1 year, you have attended some offline events. But let's look into the future on your sort of career in Trackmania. Do you have any goals that you like? I want to be that good at that time, or just take it as it comes and see how long you enjoy the game?
Yeah, well, it's hard because I have all the goals. You know, I'd like to be a better player. I'd like to be a good player on the game,
Yeah.
but I'm not a fast learner, really not. And so I have to put really, really much time. And the harder for me is to put time that are off stream. And I don't play off stream a lot, just some nights, but it's really short. And but when I did, I saw that it was really an improvement compared to always streaming. So I can't have a big objective on the game if because my objective in real is the stream. It's what I like is streaming, and I like playing, but I won't be as a player. I will be as a streamer. So I won't. I will put the time to be better, to be the better I can, but not to try to perform at events because it's like I would have to put the stream aside and uh, and even yeah.
So it's safe to say that if you had a choice of trying to know life and only train off stream compared to just having what you do now, stream and have fun with the viewers, you would pick having fun with the viewers and
Yeah.
just having a casual approach.
Yeah, yeah. And
Hmm.
as I say, I do that for the viewers too because I like to see like people motivating to play, to discover everything, and it's I prefer
Yeah, but
not
then
be a monster.
yeah, but if you look at, I believe at least the English kind of side of streaming, I would say that more or less the people with at least over 100 views, there are the good players. Do you think that if you were a good player, you get more viewers, or how is the French part of that community? Do you need to be like a Spam, a Riolo, a Massa that is world class players to be what to say attractive for the viewers?
Well, I think it's really different streams
Okay.
because I think you can be a good player and you can be a good player and not a good streamer. You can be a good streamer and not a good player. You
Mm.
can be both. It's the best. If you can be a good player and a good streamer, let's go. But always when I'm always joking about that on my stream. I'm always saying like I know you're here for my skill because no, I know that the people who stay is because we talk together. I make bad jokes and everything. It's not. I'm sure it's not because of the game. No, yeah, because of the game, yes, but not because of my skill on the game. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty positive because I'm like it's great that I don't need to be a monster on the game, and people still enjoy and have a good time. So yeah, but I think when you are a good player, it helps to start because people want to see and to learn from you.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's an advantage. But if you don't give something personally, like your character, your personality, if you don't give that to the stream, it will it will not be a good stream anyway. So yeah, it's hard to stream and play, even for good player, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Some
we
people
need
think it's
more
easy,
player who streams, I think,
do you
for the
have any
game.
players? Do you have any players that you want to stream more? Like, okay, I wish that that person streamed more so people could see him or her.
Well, I think every players, because every good player, because
Yeah,
it's like is where you have the visual. How do you say? It's what puts the game in
yeah.
front of public, in front of people. So I think it will help. But there is always after a competition between streamer and everything. But it's great. It motivates you to be better. And yeah, like I was speaking with Coco, and I know he wanted to stream more, and I know he's good at the game. He has a great personality, so let's go. And I think there is lots of players because the community is really great, and the players I know, I don't know everyone, but the players I know are all have all a nice personality. Should try it if they want, of course.
Hmm. Yeah, let's get Coco into streaming. Now he's also joining this
Team
Domingo person
Packs,
that
yeah.
is one of the biggest, right?
Yeah, I think he will have to stream anyway, so
You don't have a choice anymore.
no, I don't think so.
At the Gamers Assembly, I also brought up the question if you go to events to show that girls can be in some sort of esport world. You said that at first you didn't really just want to go and to show that you are a girl. You wanted to go because you are a player and enjoy the game. But also said that some people bring up stuff and you said, okay, I need to teach them something. But when you stream at home, do you get a lot of like people in chat talking shit because oh, it's a girl, she plays a game, this is only for boys, or how is your sort of interaction with being a girl in esport?
Well, I get a lot of rumors of things. Yeah, of course, I'm a girl on the internet. I'm getting exposed and everything. Yeah, but I'm really happy because I think I have a great team of moderators, and I know how to answer to shit I get, so it's not too inconvenient.
Hmm.
But when I see other girls sometimes on other games, I'm feeling lucky because I see it can be really hard. But yeah, every time there is like the minds are not ready to be just chill with everything. There is always like that I respect and friends and everything. Sometimes there is like it's a girl who is winning against me, and I see that even if they do not tell it, it's like something because it's too much. It's not how do you say, the evolution of the vision of girls in gaming is not ready yet, but it's coming step
Hmm.
by step, and we have to. Yeah, I'm not talking speaking about it very much, but sometimes yeah, I'm like, okay, you have to think about what you just said, and to just okay, think about it and change your mind, and you'll see that it's changed nothing. A girl in video games not like a girl in sports. You can't be like I have it's not biological for
Yeah.
so strength. But yeah, it takes time, like every step, every evolution. It's a bit sad that we are 2019 and it's still slow, and but it will be I'm positive with that.
But is there anything that you think Trackmania as a community can do? Because it's a small community, and is there a way to sort of promote girls inside Trackmania? Maybe having like CSGO, they have events just for girls that can compete to show that, okay, you can compete here, or what is your approach? How should girls be promoted in Trackmania so we can get more girls into Trackmania?
Well, I have already had lots of proposition about girl tournaments and everything, or thing like that, and I'm not for it because we are not we there is no just difference in the skill in between girls and boys. So if we make a special for girl, it's like okay, there is it's a difference, so they play together. I don't
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that, but just like when I see a girl streaming Trackmania, I'm just let's go, do your thing, and we have to be more, and especially because it's streaming is a very competitive place. Everybody wants to be the best, to have more viewers, not to. It's always like that. It's like in every. It's like in life. You're always
Yeah.
competitive, but there is a lot of competition between girls, and it's really sad. I think because
Mm.
I understand why. Because you're like you have a thing. Is you when you are a girl, even if it's not your thing to be a girl, there is like people will come and stay like 20 seconds more than if it's a boy. So you
Mm.
have an advantage and lots of disadvantage too. But between girls, you have to be like, no, it's good to be girls. It helps the vision of yourself if there is other girls who do nice things on the streams. So we have to be supportive, and it takes time too. Girls, there is lots of problem, and like she's stalling my viewers, I don't know, and everything. And I was really happy to bond with S because of that, because you're always a bit scared of girls, and you're like, uh, is she gonna hate me because I'm streaming and everything? And you can have a really nice relationships, and I have with S. So, but it has to be more often like that.
Mm.
I think, yeah.
So girls should stick together since there are not a lot of girls in Trackmania.
Yeah, and you see the mentality of like it's a difference, the mentality that boys have and that we are fighting for. Girls have that too sometimes.
Mm.
It's not you have to fight for that too, and to help girls to think too differently. Yeah,
Mm.
because it's like the society we lived in.
Yeah. But then let's end this podcast with the future of Trackmania. How do you see this game moving forward? Like I mentioned, there is, I believe, 10 days or 50,000 different people playing on the Zerator Cups. But do you think those people will stick around, or how do you see Trackmania moving forward in 2019, 2020, and so on?
Well, when I was casting some tournaments, there was lots of people who had begun at the ZRT. So no, not all of them will stay.
Yeah.
Of course, like every hype and every game, and it's it's better because there's lots of people and lots of servers. But I think it always helps someone to discover the game, and someone who wants to see more of the game. Like, okay, I saw that the RT. The ones who say what other server I can play, or just this question, I think they're gonna stick in the game. Yeah, I
Hmm.
hope so.
So,
I think
you're,
it helps a little bit, not as much as we think when we see right now, but I think it helps a little bit. Yeah,
hmm. So you're positive about the future for Trackmania.
I'm always positive. Always.
But do you have a view of, you mentioned Trackmania Grandly, that maybe that is easier for now the international players to accept this Radio Cup. But do you have a vision like yourself as a spectator? Do you like to watch Trackmania Grand League more than the World Championship in Tech? Or how do you see the sort of esport side of Trackmania?
I think the best moment of my whole esport competition and everything were the two how do you say in English?
TMWC?
Yeah, thank you. 2018.
Yeah.
I think it was like the best competition moment I had lived. So I'd like it to be back now that I have lived that. But it's always great to try new things. It will always be people not happy with anything. So
Yeah.
it's always great to try, and it's like that you go forward. but maybe not to forget everything, and yeah, keep some good competition.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Hashtag bring back Team WC, right?
Shall we go? Yeah, please. So yeah, but
But
I'm
yeah,
happy with the GL right now.
yeah,
I didn't watch every steps, but the one I watched, I was in it. I was following it, and I'm really curious to see the following of
yeah.
the competition.
The upcoming playoff.
Yeah, yeah, we'll
But
see.
I'm running out of topics here. But you are a French streamer and a French person, so I might not know everything about you and everything you are part of in Trackmania. Is there some topics that I forgot to talk about that maybe people, like international people at least, should know about?
Uh,
Did I cover everything, or do you feel that there's some topic that is left out that maybe should have been brought up?
no, I think it was pretty complete. It was good questions. Yeah.
Thanks. But you have a, I always end up with allowing you to have a final word if you want to say thanks to someone, maybe give some sort of words to the international people because normally you speak French and have a French stream. But do you have any final words for some people, some shout out to some people that helped you in
Uh,
your
it's not
big
because if
question?
I can't say one name because if
Yeah,
I
okay,
say
okay.
one, it's gonna be but like all my friends, of
Yeah,
course,
okay.
they know who they are.
They know who.
And yeah, I want to thank you for your channel too.
Yeah,
I like what you do. Like you are really on top of everything and motivating. It's really great. And people, you have to play Trackmania. Everyone, let's go.
even I have to
That's
play Trackmania.
yeah. Everyone.
But yeah,
My grandma, my dog, everyone.
thanks for stepping up and doing this after the interview I did with you at the Gamers Assembly. And hopefully I see you at the Zerator Cup again
Yeah,
at the
we have
open
to.
event.
We have to, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
And if you want to know more about her, I guess you can drop by her stream, ask her some English questions, and maybe she will answer then if you have some more questions, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Of
I'll
course.
try. I'll try.
That's it for now. This was a good podcast. So, but if you want more podcasts, just stay on this channel. I will try to do as many as possible now, leading up to the Zerator Cup 2019. That's it for now. Bye bye.
Bye.